Well, terrific win. It kind of went the way I thought it would go. I think Air Force is much improved. They were really, really running their stuff to perfection in the second half. They were cutting harder. They were getting us back doors. We needed to settle in. We were able to calm down a little bit when they went up 4 and pull away. So it's a terrific win. The building was amazing. It's getting to a point where I sound like a broken record, how much I appreciate our fans. But I tell you what, like, the worst thing in the world I want to do is let these fans down. When they pack this place in with over 15,000 on a Friday night, it's amazing. So needed to find a way to get it done. Mash was terrific. Morris was really good in the second half, and we got stops and rebounds when we needed to.
Ask both of the players, and I'll ask you the start of the second half. It's gotten you guys a few times this year where another team kind of makes a little bit of a run there. Today was 10-2, I think, is what they jumped out to. What can you pinpoint to maybe the overall trend, or at least tonight?
I mean, I think tonight you got to give the other team credit. There was some other games that might have been different. I just thought they were really, really good, and we were breaking down defensively. And then we normally can counter with good offense, but we were one for whatever for a while there. So give them credit. I think tonight, Air Force was really, really crisp in the second half, and it's really hard to simulate it. It just is because it's so different than anything you do. So tonight, I for sure think it has a lot to do with Air Force.
Coach, defensively, Matt Vernon, as I talked about the back doors, like you mentioned, and coming off screens, how are you guys able to kind of fix that after they were really running their offense like that?
Yeah, I mean, we tried to tell them, like, Air Force is going to get you on 2 or 3, and you can't let it zap your confidence. Like, you can't freak out. Like, they're going to do it to everybody. Just find a way to make that second effort. Just find a way to get a little bit better as the game goes on. But they're really, really good. And then when they're hitting threes at the end of the clock like that, we were guarding for about 25 seconds, and we'd back up, and they'd just shoot one in our face. So we had great discipline down the stretch where we lost that a little bit in the second half.
House 6 steals. I know at least 3 of them were led to fast break layups. He's just kind of creating his own offense by doing that. Was this one of those games where you guys thought he might be able to?
Well, the hard part is they don't dribble a lot. So he's really good when they dribble a lot. Now, we kept telling him, be aggressive on the ball. And I think he was fighting us a little bit because he's like, well, they're not dribbling, so I can't go after steals. And we're like, listen, pick your spots. And he had 2 really big ones in the second half.
Any update on Dent and Bruno?
They were both. I was told they were both good to go. I just putting a freshman in that situation with a hobbled ankle, I was a little bit concerned. And Barima seemed fine as well. So hopefully a little rest tomorrow. They'll be back full go.
It was kind of a weird night because, like, even the fans were booing those 2 girls that were dancing during the timeouts. Which you don't really like. The fans were getting a little antsy tonight.
Who are they booing?
The 2 girls, there was a dancing
contest during a timeout.
Oh.
They weren't very good. Yeah. They earned it.
They deserved it?
Yeah. Which you don't see a lot there. It's like doing Santa Claus.
Yeah, it's like Philadelphia, yeah. Nope, I love our fans. Nobody ever claimed that they're nice people, so.
It was right when you guys were down 53-49.
They're a little cranky, so it's my fault. I apologize to the 2 girls. I did not see it. But, you know, the passion of our fans is that they're amazing. I mean, I really do think it's one of the best fan bases in college basketball. And it's been a fun ride to get them back. And I've said it before, but the coolest part about it is just it's a community feel. You know, everybody that can get tickets is coming to the games, and you're seeing all these people that you see throughout the school, grocery store, or whatever. So that's going to keep the players here instead of transferring, and that's going to get these recruits, as we continue to build, they're going to want to be a part of that.
Mo said that he admitted he didn't think Air Force was going to be that good. Now you guys won, so it's an okay thing to admit afterwards, but is that something, you coaches look for all kinds of weird things to motivate them or to remind them. Is that something you're going to have to remind them that this league, you can't overlook even Air Force or any of these teams?
Well, I think Air Force is unique to guys who haven't played against them. And so we had to find a way to get the win. We play them again at their place, so hopefully we'll be a little bit more ready to go for them. I mean, I thought they were really good. I didn't take them lightly, and I don't know if our guys took them lightly. I mean, they get scholarships too, and Joe Scott's a terrific coach. So I don't know. I thought we played hard. Maybe they didn't think that they were as good a back cutting or whatever, and that's hard to simulate. So second time around, hopefully we'll be ready to go.
Coach, we're almost into February, kind of into that final stretch heading into March. How do you take, with the last 3 games, especially the double overtime, what do you take from that and to really drive into your team in this final stretch to keep their heads on straight, make sure you kind of got mistakes maybe like tonight?
One game at a time. We're going to go home, get some rest. We're going to take tomorrow off, and then we'll come back on Sunday and we will dissect this film, and then we'll try to put a game plan together for Utah State. I think that if there's one thing I would give any coach in this profession, because of the world that we live in, the volatility of, in, not in, great coach, horrible coach, great player, bad player, it all just flips. And you can't get too high, you can't get too low. When you take a step back and you say we're 19-3 and 6-3, there's a lot to be proud of, but we're not going to get complacent. We are going to evaluate this film, see where we can be better as a coaching staff and as a team, and get back to work. So it's exciting to think about February and March, but that's not going to be the tone from the top.
You're about to go on the road again. I'm just curious, this team does play pretty well on the road. Is there like a magic button you push that helps these guys focus?
I'm a really good road coach. No, they've been composed. Knock on wood, they continue to be that way. But there hasn't been an environment or a moment that they haven't been ready for on the road, which is great. San Diego State, Nevada, we were ready to go. Obviously, we've won, 4, I believe, or 5 on the road. So I think the maturity and the confidence certainly can help.